Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Ragu Bluetooth speaker slash karaoke machine. So let's open it up and see what's inside. So Ragu gave me the opportunity to review this for free. In exchange I get to keep the speaker, so thank you to them for that. But let's take a good review of it and see what all is inside of here. So this speaker is actually pretty big. In the pictures, you maybe can tell that, but when you get it in person, it's actually a lot easier to tell. So that's nice in a way, but it's not going to be super portable as far as being able to put it in your backpack or things like that. Although it does have nice handle and grip. You can grip them here and you can handle it here, so that's awesome as far as that. When I first got it, it was quite lighter than I expected, which you might think is a good sign, or some might think it's a bad sign. But anyway, it's light, and that might affect how well it does and things like that. So before we actually get into all of this, let's take a look at the box. Just a simple packaging. It has the speaker on the front, the name and the model and stuff. It outputs 15 watts. Has Bluetooth 5.0. Tells the range of it and some other things. Battery's capacity is listed here. Not sure how to say that, but 2000, and it looks like mAh. And so that's all it says pretty much. And it also comes with some cables to charge and do various things with. So here's a 3.5 millimeter aux to a 3.5 millimeter aux cable, and the charging cable, of course. It looks like it's just a cheap USB to micro USB. Even though this is a big speaker, it doesn't have a huge battery for the size. And here is the instructions, and here's like a card for marketing and stuff, support. But here is where you'll need to read to find out all about this. I'll be able to tell you some, but you'll want to be able to read some on your own. But in this we have the cable for our mic. It's not wireless, which would be nice, but you can't have everything, and for the price, it's a pretty good deal. Fairly nice cable, it feels like. I've tested this already. And here's the mic. Fairly nice quality. There's a switch on the front, on and off. There's where you plug in at the bottom, and it's all black. I've tested this, but let's test it on camera too to see how it really sounds so that you guys can tell. Let's go to the speaker now. There are multiple ways you can listen to music on this. You have your AUX or aux cable, which could be plugged into a phone, straight into this, or other things like that. USB, you can put in like a thumb drive. It says TF, that's where you can put like a micro SD card or some other card in there that's suitable to it. And then there's also Bluetooth, and then there's also FM radio. So there's a lot of different options. It's pretty cool, all the ways you can listen to music with this. There is 4 buttons on the top, so not too many, which may be nicer to have more because some buttons have multiple purposes. There are also 2 knobs on the top that are for mic volume and volume for the speaker. And I like the idea of having a knobs rather than buttons, because then you can just turn it up low or turn it high very fast. So the buttons are skip, power, mode, and to go back. On the front there is your display. You can see what radio station you're at. The radio station is probably going to be your hardest thing to use on the speaker, but other than that, every other mode is fairly simple to maneuver around. But let's try using some of these modes. So I'm going to first of all turn on the speaker, and how you do that is you hold the power button. It makes a noise.
Bluetooth mode.
It says Bluetooth mode, and then it should say
connected.
Bluetooth connected, and as you heard, that's a very trashy sound in my opinion, but obviously you don't hear it all the time, so that's great. But they could have done better and recording that audio, but whatever. There's lights. I think they're just on a random pattern. You might think, do they sync with the music? And now I'm not positive about that, but it looks like they do sometimes, but I don't think they do. But it quite often looks close. It's just at that spot where, is it or is it not? It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm sure it will say in the instructions if it is. So we're going to test out the Bluetooth mode first, and I've got my phone connected, and we'll play some Electronomia music. Okay, so we're now going to play Limitless by Electronomia. And as you can hear, it has pretty good sound quality. I've honestly been impressed with it. It makes that noise when you go up all the way in volume. But you can tell it has good sound, and I think it has fairly good bass. I wish there was ways that you could adjust the bass and stuff like that, but it's pretty good as it is, I'd say. I have noticed high volumes, it gets distorted, but that's the sound quality for you, and I think it's pretty good. Let's try the mic now. So what you do, you plug this big end into the actual mic. It should click. Then you'll put the other end right there. You'll need to control your mic volume over here on the left, and you'll want to turn your microphone on. So there is one problem with the mic feature. There's an echo, which is kind of weird, and also it's not on right away. Like, it switches off, but when it's on you can hear like a buzz in the background, and it's not always on or something. It's like there's a sensor, because sometimes when I tap it, it doesn't do anything. But you can hear there's a buzz or a background noise of some sort. I don't know what that is, but it's only when it's like on. So it's kind of weird mic situation, but it works out for me because I'm not using the mic part as the main thing for this, so that's alright. But for those who are really interested in using the mics, it is a little unclean, if you know what I mean. It's like there's a buzzing sound, there's a plus another sound you don't want, and it's like it's not on all the way, and there's an echo. So the mic features could be better, but it honestly gets pretty loud. But there is that weird echo stuff. And you also want to remember, you might not want to get the mic too close to the speaker while you're playing music. It might mess things up. Anyway, that's the mic for you. It's not the best feature of this speaker, and it's not the one I use, but it's great that it's there if you want to use it. It's too bad it's not wireless. That would have been nice, but it was a pretty cheap speaker, so you can't have everything. That's fine, but the mic is a little disappointing, I have to say. Maybe they can improve that in the future. So when you want to use the USB or the SD card mode, you just put in the USB and it recognizes automatically, and same with the SD card, so that's how that'll work. It supports MP3 files and WAV files, so let's try actually using it. So all you do is plug it in.
Play by USB drive.
And there it is, Limitless by Electronomia. Testing this, I've had a little bit of issues with it getting to actually start playing correctly, but here it's working just fine, and it's very simple. You can use the controls up here to change tracks, pause, obviously volume and more. Pause. And as you see, when I paused it, it has a crazy voice. I don't like the voices this thing has, but oh well, I guess. But the voices still want to update in the future because they sound terrible. Some sound alright, some sound really bad, but at least it's not, you don't hear it all the time, I guess. But anyway, that's how you do the USB. And for the aux, like I said before, all you do is just plug it in over here and plug it into your device. And when you want to charge it, all you do is plug it in this up here, the micro USB. That's for DC power. and you'll plug the USB into the wall. So very simple in that regard. The controls are fairly simple. There's the skip buttons, there's the power button, and then there's the mode button. Holding the mode button does something else though. Turns off the lights. Holding the power button turns it obviously on and off. Tapping the power button pauses it. Holding the right and left buttons can do skipping around and things like that. You'll want to read more to make sure you remember those functions in here. Long pressing the fast forward button or the forward button also searches for channels in addition to fast forwarding, but if you just tap it once, that's a skip. So tap once, skip. Fast forwarding is when you hold it, or that's searching in your FM mode. For the reverse or the go back track, one tap is to go back. If you hold it, you obviously reverse backwards, and you can also long press it to disconnect from Bluetooth if you want. The M button is your mode button. Tap it to change modes between FM and your Bluetooth, or you can hold it for the lights. The power button, obviously hold it to turn it off, and you can tap it to pause or play. So that's the controls. Volume obviously up and down for each, the volume and the mic's volume. So pretty simple controls once you learn them. So let's check out the FM mode now. I'm going to turn the volume all the way down, turn this back on.
Bluetooth mode.
I'm going to push the mode button.
Bluetooth connected. FM mode.
And it's back to FM mode. And you can see the station on it right now. If you just click once on the forward thing, it doesn't do much if anything. But if you hold it, that's when it starts searching. And that's where it'll find all the stations that your signal can pick up. Once it's done that, you can be able to play your stations. So it doesn't talk a whole lot about it in the settings, but you can probably press the play button, or which would be the power button, to play the station. It's still searching, should be about done soon. And there it's gone through searching all of the stations. And I'm guessing you just click once to find which channel you want. Channel 2, Channel 3, Channel 4. So when you're in a new area, hold the fast forward button, and that will search all the channels available. And then once it's done, all you'll do is just skip to go from which channel to the next. And it doesn't look like it's perfect. Like it says 91.2, and there is no such thing as 91.2. There's 91.3. So this may not be the best way to use FM radio, or to listen to it, I should say. But it's nice, there's the capability. But you might not have very good signal and very good quality of listening to it though, because it doesn't seem like it goes to the correct number. But anyway, that's how to do it if you want to do that. Just a little recap. Great audio for a speaker for this price. I think it's pretty good. It's very budget friendly in the fact that it does all these different features. USB, radio, Bluetooth, mic, SD card, aux, and so many features. So one more thing for the USB and the SD card. Only 32 gigabytes are supported, so remember that. But good audio. I like the audio a lot. The portability of this and the build, it's a little cheap, and you can tell it's not very heavy, so that could mean not a big speaker for the size of this speaker. But the build is fairly good. I like that it's has these handles and things you can hold on to easily. Not horrible build quality, but when you tell that it's not super heavy with things like this, it quite often can mean it's cheaper. Good sound quality, pretty good or okay or good build quality. The mic though, I have to say it's below par. They need to work on that. Couple other things I didn't like were that they had weird or not very good sounding voices that been pre-recorded. Some sounded good, but then there was others that were like recorded somewhere else or not in a studio or something. It was very weird. Be one thing if they all sounded the same like the first one when you go into a Bluetooth mode, but when you go to Bluetooth connected, it sounded really weird saying Bluetooth connected. It wasn't impressive, but that's just a small complaint. The lights, it'd be cool if they could sync to the music in the future. I don't really think they do, but you can't have everything, and it's a decent price, but pretty good. I like this speaker quite a bit. It has great sound quality. You can get pretty loud. The louder you get, the more distortion, of course. But great sound quality, below par mic, and the build, I'd say it's alright. So it's a good speaker. I like it. Good for your budget, good for the features, but they need to improve the features now. That's the next step they should do. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment down below what you did or did not like, and please subscribe if you like the content I make. It really encourages me to make more. And shout out to Ragu again for giving me this speaker to review. I really enjoyed it. Great speaker. There is room to improve, like I mentioned though. So thanks guys. Goodbye.